Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And I'm here with your NXT Takeover Dallas review. I completely forgot that this show was on last night. I've been sick as a dog. I had to call out from work yesterday, which, you know when I'm sick, because I rarely ever call out from work, so I didn't expect to do that. I was sick. It was in bed for most of the day. And this ended up being a pretty good show. I forgot about it because honestly, WWE didn't even promote it that much. I remember when they did a match on Raw a couple of months back for another NXT Takeover event when they were having a fatal four-way, and they barely even promoted this match. And this was supposed to be the biggest takeover event of the year, I believe, because it's part of WrestleMania weekend. Anyway, we got the first match. It was American Alpha defeating the Revival for the tag titles. And, this was a great match. I mean, Chad Gable is getting comparisons from Kurt Angle because he's also an Olympic wrestler. He's like a more athletic Kurt Angle. Not saying he's better than Angle, but the guy is capable of a little bit more. And, he's really showing a lot of promise. And I like the Revival as well. The only thing, they always fucking botch their finisher. And boy, oh boy, did they ever botch it in this match. I mean, you hear Corey Graves be like, I don't think they got all of it. They didn't get any of it. They fucking botched it. The whole crowd was chanting Botchamania. And you bet your fucking ass it's going to be on Botchamania. I mean, look at me. I look like I'm sick. I sound like I'm sick. I think that, though, the finisher probably looked even worse than I look, motherfuckers. Gotta be quite honest. The powerbomb clothesline combo finisher barely hits the clothesline part. And they had the nerve to even go for the pin after that move. Like, are you fucking serious? Who the fuck's gonna get pinned after a fucking fucked up move like that? After that, we had Austin Aries making his debut against Baron Corbin. I gotta say, Baron Corbin, they were saying months and maybe a couple of years ago that he was drawing comparisons to The Undertaker and Kane. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but the guy is making strides to improve, and I am being more and more impressed by this guy. His matches with Rhino, the tag match he had with Rhino. Ever since he started tagging with Rhino and getting involved with him in the storylines, in the matches or whatever, he has improved. And he did a good job in this match. I like that, Austin Aries was at a big disadvantage because of the size difference. And they played off of that very well. Kind of reminds me of when Bret Hart used to wrestle Bam Bam Bigelow and Kevin Nash. They would play off, the height differential. And Aries still managed to beat Corbin with a roll up. It was a well booked match. They made Aries look good enough, even though he was facing a much bigger opponent. A little bit surprised though that they didn't have a match to showcase his athleticism, which is something that I would expect more from NXT, but I guess they were going for something a little different here. I guess I can appreciate that. I give it 2.5 stars. I really like the spot where Baron Corbin gave him the spinning belly to back on the outside. That was a really good move. Looking forward to seeing what they've got from Austin Aries in the future. He could end up being a big star. He's all right on the mic. He's a little bit above average than the rest of the indie guys on the mic. So I don't know where they're going to really go with Austin Aries from here. Then you had Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Sami Zayn. And this match is being overrated big time, motherfuckers. And I know this is going to get me a lot of dislikes. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. This match was good. It was really good. It was entertaining. I like Nakamura style. He was getting a big reaction. He's got a playful personality, and there were some good spots in this match. But for fuck's sake, the way how they are overrating this match, the fans and also the wrestling columnists alike, like James Caldwell on PW Torch. I'm looking at James Caldwell. He gave it like more stars than 5 stars. He gave it like 10 stars. I'm not even kidding. Look at the fucking article on PW Torch. This match was not that good. I'm listening to, I'm reading quotes like this. This is the greatest Christmas gift that U.S. wrestling fans could have ever gotten or hoped to have gotten. Are you fucking serious? If you think this is one of the greatest U.S. wrestling matches of all time, get your fucking head examined. Just because you got a fucking Japanese wrestler, I know you're not used to getting Japanese wrestlers in, on U.S. television or on the network, I should say. This doesn't automatically make it one of the greatest matches of all time. Just because we got a guy that you like and you put him in the ring. I like Daniel Bryan, but did I give every single one of his matches that he wrestled fucking 5 stars? No, I didn't. Can we be fucking realistic for a change? Just because you like a wrestler doesn't mean that his match was fucking 5 stars perfect. Get the fuck out of here with the fucking arguments already. Japanese strong style. Who gives a fuck? I don't care if it's Japanese weak style. I don't care if it's Nakamura, Sakamura, Dakamura, Jack-Offamura. I understand that the guy is well respected in Japan and that, internet fans are, going gaga over him. He's an internet darling and shit like that. But for fuck's sake, he did a good job. It was a great match. I'm giving the match 3 3/4 stars. It was, in my opinion, it was not as good as the tag match to open the show, which I give 4 stars. But this match was not as good as the opener, in my opinion. And it was not a 5-star match, and it was not a perfect match. It wasn't the most exciting match ever. I don't know where people are getting this. They overhyped this match like crazy, and when it actually happened, people just were going to rate this match 5 stars no matter what because they want to suck Nakamura's fucking Japanese cock. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, how is this one of the greatest matches of all time? I really looked at it. I tried to love it for what people were making it out to be, and I simply could not. Sorry, if you have to hit the dislike fucking button due to me disagreeing with your opinion, go straight ahead. I don't give a fuck because I don't agree. Ahsoka defeated Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship. This was a good match, but I wasn't feeling it for some reason. I don't know what it was. But I wasn't really into this match. Something about it just, I don't know. It wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Once again, people are going to make this out to be one of the greatest matches of all time. And don't think I'm trolling everybody, but I'm just fucking sick and tired of all the NXT fans making every single match to be a 5-star affair when it's simply not. I give this match 2.5 stars. I mean, it was that's the problem with a lot of these NXT matches. And a lot of them are really good. But I give it 2.5 stars. It was a long match, but just because it was a long match doesn't make it a great match. I'm giving it... I'll give it 2 3/4 stars. I'm going to be generous with it. There was a lot of good, action in it, but it was a little bit at a pace where I really couldn't get into it, and there was just something about it. Pretty much that. It was pretty much the pacing that I didn't enjoy. It just didn't feel like an exciting match, and I don't know. The finish just felt a little bit anticlimactic. Like I kind of felt that wasn't the finish with the, with the cross-faced chicken wing. I didn't feel like that was the finish or should have been the finish, and it ended up being the finish. And it just, I don't know. It did not feel like a match that I could completely get into. Anyway, the main event. You had Finn Balor defeating Samoa Joe. And originally the plan was to get Samoa Joe to win. Samoa Joe was going to win this match. And he was going to become the champion, of course. But they changed their plans because it said that Samoa Joe is going to debut on the main roster pretty soon. I really hope that they do a better job. Can you please fucking make a video package or at least hype up his appearance? Don't just have him appear. But I know they're going to do that. I have a really strong feeling that he's just going to debut the night after WrestleMania. And I mean, it's just that all these guys that they're debuting are just women. Paige, Neville, every single wrestler that comes from NXT just ends up disappointing. It's not their fault. It's the way how they're booked, the way how they're introduced. Same thing with Sami Zayn. They just throw them out there with no fanfare, and it's just impossible to get behind any one of these guys with the way how they're being presented. I was getting really pissed off during this match, and I know the crowd was as well. The way how they kept stopping the match to dab the fuck. Just let him fucking bleed. It's so annoying. He was just going to bleed again anyway. Joe is pushing them away. I know we want to be safe and everything with this day and age, with the blood and everything, but it's fucking ridiculous. This is professional wrestling. I mean, how the hell do they expect to compete with MMA when they're dabbing them all the time with fucking bounty paper towels? Get the fuck out of here with that fucking bullshit. And I don't know what it is. I just don't really like this match with Balor and Joe. Both of these guys are really talented, but I just don't like their chemistry in the ring. Something with these guys. I'm gonna give the match 3 1/4 stars. Decent match, but something about this, they never seem to mesh well. And it was the same thing when they wrestled on the last Takeover special. I just don't like their match, or their matches, or their style of wrestling a match together. I don't like it. It's just they don't mesh well. It's a good match, but it's nothing. It's not a recipe for greatness. Sorry if anybody disagrees, and I know there's going to be plenty because I'm not rating this a 5-star match, but whatever. Anyway, this was still a really good event. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. There wasn't a bad match on the show. NXT is still great. I'm just asking the people out there, explain to me why Nakamura and Sami Zayn is one of the greatest matches of all time. It wasn't even the greatest match on the card. That goes to the opener. But, I mean, seriously, it wasn't that great. I gave it 3 3/4 stars. It was a great match, but it was not one of the best ever. Please explain to me, other than Nakamura being a Japanese legend who you love and you want to stroke his cock, please explain to me why it was such a great match. Please. I implore you to explain to me why that was one of the best ever. Anyway, guys, I'll see you for the WrestleMania review tomorrow. Catch it in. All right.